Nigerians, I'm back again. Someone said, it's me like you're moving from business analyst to political analyst. But I'm going to answer that question with 2 videos. Watch this video.
Yesterday, EFCC committed an abomination in Akwa Ibom State. Professor Ekpe was washing in for a surgery that he never did. Why? Because masked men from the EFCC entered the hospital, took out tinted bombs and fired tear gas inside the hospital. Patients ran, nurses ran, people on drips ran. According to NMA, that's the Nigerian Medical Association, they beat this professor until he was bleeding from his forehead. Handcuffed him, dragged him outside the hospital with 3 other staff. Why? They wanted to verify medical reports. A piece of paper for somebody that committed fraud. Now, the EFCC has come out to say, we wrote 2 letters, but we didn't get any response. Fine. Let's say that that's exactly what happened. Let us assume that the hospital ignored every letter. Tell me, in what country does an unanswered letter justify tear gas in a ward? In what world does the answer to "we are not replying your emails" become poop marksmen with 2 buses into a place where people are fighting for their lives? There's a thing called court order. There's a thing called subpoena. There's a thing called the rule of law. None of these things require beating up a medical practitioner. And here's the thing nobody is even saying. Here's the part nobody is even saying. This Professor Ekpe had a patient on the table. We don't know that person's name. We don't know if they have children. We don't know if they made it. But we already know that the person is already a casualty. This person is one of the casualties of yesterday. Let me also tell you other casualties. Every other single patient who was supposed to be on the surgeon's list this week is casualty. The pregnant woman was supposed to be wheeled into a different theater when tear gas was fired in the corridor is already a casualty. The dialysis patient who could not get his dialysis done yesterday because staff scattered, casualty. The newborn in Niku, whose nurses ran to abandon them because of they are trying to save themselves, casualties. When you attack a hospital, you're not just attacking one man. You're injuring everybody he was about to save. You're injuring every other doctor in that building. It's simple maths. Simple. But there's even the longer one. We have less than 80 cardiothoracic surgeons for 220 million Nigerians. Other countries like USA has over 4,000 for 330 million people. Uyo has only 1, which is this particular surgeon. The entire state has lost its surgery capacity in 1 afternoon because of the EFCC. So when a young doctor in Abuja is seeing this video now, 28, what do you want them to do next? Open their laptop and jackpot. We've lost that person too. We're not just losing Professor Ekpe today. Oh. Yes, we're losing every other person, every other doctor who has watched this and decided that Nigeria is not safe for them anymore. How many doctors do we have in this country? So when your father has a heart attack at 3 a.m., when your sister goes into cardiac arrest during surgery, when your child is born and there's a hole in the heart, God forbid, Abi, is not our portion. Who do you think will be in the theater? EFCC? Or the surgeon that they chased out of the country? This is not even about EFCC versus doctors. It's about whether Nigeria still has the basic decency to treat a hospital like a hospital. So I'm calling on these people directly. Number 1 is the chairman of EFCC. Olanipekun Olukoyede. Discipline the officers who led this operation publicly. Not a quiet redeployment, not a public sanction. Apologize to this professor, to UUTH, and to every Nigerian who has watched their hospital turn into a war zone. Then publish your agency's standard operating procedure for engaging with health institutions. So this thing like this will never happen again.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo's speech. Watch.
Government that is deep in debt. And then you are spending money like a drunken sailor. So what do you expect? They take it, you take debt. The first thing, or one of the first things I learned in life, he who goes a borrowing, goes a sorrowing. And where is that? And then, and when you get this money, the amount of money that was left in reserve and in what we call excess crude account, excess crude account. Excess crude account went beyond 30 billion. After I have left, it was about 25 billion before I left. Reserve went up to 60 billion it was about 45 billion before I left. Now, where is it? What did we do with it? And now people said our debt is 90-something billion within a space of how many years?
This country has collapsed, so maybe because you are not in the business sector, you may not understand the rate of the damage.
Ow!
The only thing that is moving in this country is price. Nigeria is a high deficit. You open a business after dinner, the fact and everything, but it still cannot sell because the economy is stagnant. Nothing is flowing. I'm a business analyst and I will tell you the truth. It's not your fault. The economy is bad. People are trying to manage. People that eat in restaurants are now cooking at home. Everything is downgrading. Listen, let me show you. Nigerian deficit for 2026 national budget is projected at 29.2 trillion. This significant shortfall of the 58.47 trillion appropriation bill stems from revenue mobilization challenges and is funded primarily through domestic and foreign borrowing.
When they talk all this, when they open my mouth, they talk all this.
Nigeria is relying so much on borrowing. That is what the government is good at. Borrowing money is not a problem. But what is your plan to pay? What a country. As I'm talking to you right now, they still want to borrow another one. A country that have the capacity to give the whole nation light. But they decided to power the villa with solar panel. No electricity, no security. Unemployment is talk of the day. This is a business analyst, Chris Miller. See you in my next video.